Today we're going to review the Ford F650, so let's get started now. Hey YouTube, today we're going to take a look at the Ford F650. We're not going to review the whole truck as a Mack tool truck. We're just going to do the cabin chassis of the F650, going back to the roots of the car channel. So I thought we'd kind of take a look at it, review it like a car, we would a car or any other vehicle, and just kind of give my thoughts on it. So the Ford F650 is the largest of the Ford vehicles. The vehicle they do make a 750, which is more weight and things of that nature that you can haul with it, but essentially it's the same vehicle. Today I thought we'd just kind of take a look at it and see what my thoughts on it. Kind of a review of it from a car guy's perspective, but of course as it's a vehicle. So let's first take a look at the engine. So this vehicle has the 7.3 liter V8, which is nicknamed the Godzilla. This engine is a gas engine. I decided that I wanted a gas engine for my truck. Basically, there's a lot of things that are problems with diesel engines, especially doing this type of work. I don't know anything about diesel engine. I'm a car guy. I've never had a diesel car, so I don't know much about them. I didn't want to deal with the maintenance of them. I didn't want to deal with those types of things. But on top of that, when I talk to people, it seems like diesel engines are a nightmare. And they're a nightmare from the standpoint of this vehicle sits in town all day. It idles a lot, especially in the summertime when I have to run the air conditioner. So I was a little worried about having it when your vehicle is going to be your source of income, like this one is for me. You don't want it down. So from those standpoints, I decided to go with gas. Now, a gas engine does a few things. One, a gas engine is higher horsepower. This vehicle has about 335 horsepower. The diesel equivalent is the 6.7 liter. That's got 300 to 330 depending on how you outfit it. Actually, I think it even has a 270 package. So the base model is 270 horsepower, but the base one also has like 700 foot-pounds of torque. This has, I think it's 468, somewhere in that neighborhood, mid 400s. Plenty of power to get this thing up and running. Right now, how I have it outfitted, it's running just shy of 20,000 pounds. This is more than adequate. What I don't like about the vehicle is occasionally on the highway, what I do find is if I'm going up a hill or whatever, it's not even on the highway, it's just going up steep hills, I will see it go up to like 4,000, 4,500 RPM regularly and sit there and not actually shift. I'm not really a big fan of that, but it does have a manual mode, so I can shift it if I need to. Now, as I said, this is the largest frame chassis, whatever you want to call it. The F650 is part of that largest size. They have the F650 and 750, but the 650 and 750 are the same size vehicle. It's in some of the other hauling and those types of things. What they're can be outfitted to do. Those are the differences. But if you look down here, you've got 2 steps to go up on. I don't think anybody, if you're not really thinking about the actual size of this vehicle, it can be kind of daunting. I mean, there's 2 step ups. This is a 50-gallon gas tank. If you look at me, I'm just shy of 6 foot, and I'm coming. This window is about almost 6 foot tall, right around 6 foot. That's where that window comes into play, the bottom of the window. That's how big this vehicle is, just from its stock height, just below my rib cage. That's where the fender is. So it is a very sizable vehicle. I mean, it's not a pickup truck. It's not near a pickup truck. There are vehicles out there that are pickup trucks. If you're not familiar with these, a 350, a 450, 550, they're closer to a pickup truck. This is closer to a tractor trailer than it is a pickup truck. All right, so talking about the interior, you can see very basic dash layout. Yeah, that 4.1 miles per gallon, that's real. That's what this gets, 4.1. And that's on a good day. When it's summertime, when I'm running the air conditioner all day, that number is much, much closer to 2. So, yeah, when you're driving these things, it's a real eye-opener on putting fuel in the truck, the gas tank. But, that's not really, it does have, bringing in some of the features, it does have a auto headlight system, and then you can turn the interior lights up and down from here. It does have auto closing windows on both sides, power door locks, mirror controls up here. Basic layout on the steering wheel. We do have the command center for the steering, the computer. It does have cruise control. Over on this side, your stereo controls, and it will volume. It'll go to the next station. And this is function. I don't know why it says mute. I kept hitting it, thinking it was a mute button. It's actually a just changes the station to FM, AM, Bluetooth, etc. This down here is your hands-free controls. Moving over a few things. Obviously, you're going to have your four-ways, your hazard lights. Very, very basic stereo. Very basic stereo. It does have Bluetooth. That is all. And there are no options for this car to do anything but that. Down below, you do have the heating and air conditioning system. It does have, this one is outfitted with the heated mirrors. And then I do have a few other options that are on this truck. You have your 12-volt system, but down here is, this is a switch for the back, but this is a 110 outlet. So 150 watt 110 outlet. That's an option that was put onto this truck. It's a nice feature. Up here it has the toggle switches. They from factory say aux 1 through 4. I do have a rear AC unit hooked up to 1 and a backup camera hooked up to number 3. Here's interesting. I mean, this is kind of a change holder for a vehicle this size. I mean, tell me, what bridge or highway do you think you're going to go over in a truck like this that is going to need change? You're going to need dollars, and big ones at that. Over on the side here, we do have a USB power outlet, as well as another one up here. Traction control off button, and then a glove box over there. The passenger side has their window and door locks, of course. Up above, we have a light with 2 map lights, and then we do have this is a monitor to run the rear camera, so that camera can stay on all the time, so I can see what's back there when I'm driving, just like a rear view mirror in a car. I also have my very important dash cam. I would not recommend driving a truck without a dash cam. People love to cut you off and do things. Definitely want a dash cam to prove that you were not at fault in a rear end when somebody just decided to jump in front of you and hit the brakes. Next are the seats. There are cushions on the seats, and of course I've got to have mine. Actually have my name and logo and everything else on there. The driver's side seat does have air cushioning, so you can go ahead and pump that up. That'll both raise your seat. It'll also give you some ride control, so you're bouncing and stuff when you're going through, when you're going over bumps. So you want to make sure you pump that up. Aside from that, it's a very basic vehicle. There is no options on it, and that's both good and bad, depending on your standpoint. From my standpoint, I'm a business owner. This is my truck. This is my office. I would like to have the extras. I would like to have a screen and GPS and all that stuff, all that sat nav and, a good stereo system and things like that. I would like to have that built into it. If I'm giving it to an employee, okay, yeah, save as much money as I can. I don't want that, but it's not even an option on this car, or this vehicle. It's actually very difficult to even find information on how to do that. it doesn't look, it's not readily available to just switch it out. And that's something that I do hope to do, just to have something just a little nicer, a little bit better stereo system to sound good. The other thing is that the dashboard is very simplistic. It doesn't have all the extras and giving you all kinds of information. It'll tell you your engine hours, it'll tell you your average fuel, tell you your current fuel, it'll tell you all of those types of things, but it doesn't go above and beyond that. You know, it doesn't have a phone holder, it doesn't have anything. The other thing that I didn't show you was this here. This is just you know, you've got your beverage holders and, you know, things to just kind of put through. You know, you want to know, you know, here's one of my bills, you know, for gas, $126 for 33 gallons, and you know, that doesn't even last me a week. It is kind of a mess in here. I've been working all day, so you know, it's kind of the drink things and stuff kind of haven't made their way out. We'll take those out tonight when I get home. It is available in 3 different sizes. The cab can be a standard cab like I have, where I have nothing behind the seats. It just goes right into the back there. There's also a super cab version and also a crew cab version. And if I were to outfit this truck myself, like this was, I had to buy what was available. I had to look at what was available, and this is a good option. But I can tell you that if I were to say start over, like, and build it from scratch, and I was going to be like, oh, I'm going to buy this, that, or the other thing, honestly, I think that I would start with a super cab or a crew cab. It would be nice to have that extra room, storage. That's really what I would use it for. I'd use it for storage, just to have that extra room. I kind of tucked a couple things behind the seats, but it's very difficult to actually do anything with the stuff behind the seats. But let's take her for a ride, and I kind of show you what kind of things that what it's like to drive this vehicle. One of the things I found interesting as a car guy, really, is that this vehicle, when you're going down a hill, it will not, like your car, when you're going down a hill, it will automatically shift into the top gear. This one has a 6-speed. And there's times I'm going down a pretty big hill and I'm just kind of coasting, and it'll keep it in like 5th gear. It won't shift up. It'll kind of give you some thing. It's like, kind of like, well, is that really, yeah, it's not letting me get away, but I'm also not, you know, do I want that? It's brake saving, and I can always manually override it, but it's just interesting from a car guy perspective, someone who doesn't, you know, try that. The computer automatically wants to hold you back and keep you at your current speed. But yeah, let's take it for a ride. See, very bumpy. Hitting it just a small bump, and you're going to go flying. You can see the car's just kind of staying there in 2nd gear. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Just kind of stays in 2nd gear. It doesn't shift up into a higher gear, just kind of going down this small incline. That's something to get used to, having to be able to kind of flip around, and you got to kind of know what, you know, you're going off bumps and stuff and curbs. You got to kind of be really careful on this thing, because it's throwing everything in the back all over the place. Kind of see there the view backwards. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more videos of the toy chest as well as Mac tools, some of the cars and things like that. We're gonna head out. Tell me what you think about the truck. Like I said, I'm not a truck guy. I just have a big truck that I have to drive every day and I enjoy it. More to come on the toy chest and Mac tools, cars. Get all your content here and we'll see you next time.